I thank you so much for joining today as Dr. Victoria Hart, which is myself. We will be discussing the art of listening. Each recording is anywhere from usually 8 to 10 minutes, and all I can do is just pray that these words that flow from my mouth, which are a part of the meditations of my heart, be acceptable in your sight. I pray that they're useful to you and that you walk away with some kind of betterness for you in your life. Most of my words come through me from the books I've read. The major books that's been a part of my life for decades have been the Bible, Course in Miracles, as well as the Laws of Life, which actually talks about spiritual principles of living, which I do teach regularly. There is an old saying that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so we may hear more and talk less. How well we use our ears can play an important part in determining what we learn as we go through life. In many instances, we may be so busy planning our response that we don't even give our others or ourselves an opportunity to really hear what the other person may be saying. It is important to allow our minds the opportunity to assimilate what we've heard before we even respond. Some people may mistake sharing as a request for advice and think that they must dispense their wise counsel to the person who is speaking. I raise my right hand to that one because I've done this as well. Yet, wrong. When people are sharing with us, what they are doing is sharing, period. We don't have to say anything. Simply be fully present and listen to what they have to say. Listening is an excellent way to keep the lines of communication open. The good listener can add immensely to the art of true communication and the enjoyment of those around him. Effective communication is certainly one of the most important skills for successful and useful living. Learning from others is a law of life. A successful businessman began his journey of progress and discovery as a young kid. He observed his classmates as well as the adults with whom he came into contact. He listened, took notes from farmers, shopkeepers, business and community leaders and others, and learned from each one of them which things led to success, happiness, and productivity, and which things did not. He learned what to emulate as well as what to avoid. He observed how a closed mind could tend to be self-centered or kind of preachy, while an open mind provided fertile territory for progress and discovery. Most importantly, he learned to assimilate the wisdom of many lives. Each of us can do the same. If we are alert and maintain an open mind, we can learn from each other we meet. A major reason why some relationships break down could be that one or more of the parties involved have not learned to listen. Listening is a learned skill and an art. When we develop it to the fullest, we increase our capacity to learn, we expand our creative talents, and we enhance our ability to maintain healthy relationships. A true conversation can be an exciting opportunity to learn something about one another from one another. Active listening necessitates staying focused on what the person speaking is saying. In active listening, we use our ears in the same way as a photographer uses his camera. To get the best pictures, the photographer adjusts the lens of the camera until the settings are correct. As an active listener, we must adjust the focus of our attention to remain aware of what the speaker is telling us. The more we listen and learn, the better able we become to develop the potential we possess. In school, who learns more, the child who listens intently or the child who talks the most? In this law, the same in the great school of life occurs. A young father had relaxed into his easy chair to read the evening paper. The man's 5-year-old son was excited to see his father and kept asking him endless questions while he was trying to read the paper. Finally, seizing on an idea to have some quiet time, the father found a picture of the earth in the newspaper and cut it out and into little pieces. He spread the pieces on the floor and asked the child to assemble the pieces as a jigsaw puzzle. The child eagerly settled on the floor to begin the task of arranging the pieces of the paper into a picture. To the father's astonishment, the child returned a little bit later with the picture perfectly intact. "Look, Daddy," the child exclaimed. "The world is back together again." Unquote. The father was amazed at how quickly the child created the puzzle. He asked, "How did you do it so fast?" The child smiled. "It was easy, Daddy. I couldn't get the pieces of the earth to fit together. Then I looked on the other side of the pieces and there were pictures of parts of a man. It was easy to put the man together. So that's what I did. And when the man came together, so did the earth, Daddy." Unquote. Could part of our time on earth be about putting into action our growing understanding of our place in the cosmos and how we all fit together to form the complete picture here on earth? Could it also be about practicing living in harmony and unity with all people, our families, our friends, our work associates, our community, our government, the nations of the world? It is impossible to take every opportunity on whatever scale to affirm togetherness, family, and community. It's really easier for us to kind of live to ourselves and alone, especially in this internet world. But in reality, when we understand our unity as a family of humankind, we accept the joys and the suffering of humanity as our own. And could listening to learn be a key factor in the human progress? Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "It is the province of knowledge to speak, and it is the privilege of wisdom to listen." So I just wanted to share that in my life, I have been a big talker. I'm a speaker regularly, and I'm even guilty of this, when people are just sharing what they're going through, that I'm always jumping up to give wise counsel. And if one of you have been in my life and I've done that, I apologize. I think I was part of the people who just jump up and think that you want help. So I'm learning even through this lesson, which is one of the laws of life, is to be a better listener. I'm going to carry this lesson through in my life and regularly practice it for my future. I want you to know that one of the main things I do is working with people with their purpose. I actually use spiritual laws to actually activate your personal and your business life. So again, I just want you to know that whatever dreams you have and whatever purpose you want to live, just know that you have someone in me that believes in you and your dreams. I thank you for listening, and good night.